Hey everybody, this is Galator from Galator's Gaming. So, I feel as though I apparently need to go into more detail because I've gotten a comment. I'm not gonna say the guy's name or girl, but I got a comment saying as to apparently having a problem with me being with like choosing Vlisify as my main source of Pokemon news. And so I decided. Like, here's the thing that you guys need people need to understand is that the only reason why I talked about the whole PokeTuber, like who I trust for information and the reason why I don't trust the other PokeTubers, I only went to detail mainly because I knew people were gonna bring it up eventually. So I thought I may as well go into it, talk about why I'm where I am now, mainly because just to get out of the way. Just simple as that, just to get out of the way. Because let's be honest, like I'm gonna be perfectly accurate with you. Um, Vlisify and his guides, like I watch Vlisify and I only trust him for information because his guides, his Pokemon guides, like how to use um, Fortress or Fortress OP, they're good videos. They're informative videos. I have gained a lot of. I actually tried out different tactics using my. I actually tried out some of those tactics and I have gotten good results. Unlike in the past when I was on watching the other PokeTubers who constantly lie to their audience, which it is a fact that they do lie. It is simple to prove that they do lie to their audience. That I have no reason to trust them through my past experiences. I don't care, and people can say perfectly well that, and people could say that haven't they would disagree with where I stand. But sure, you can disagree. But I'm gonna be honest with you. My results work for me, and let's be perfectly honest. I only cared about his guy. I only care about his guides and what he preaches. And for some people who come out and call him a hypocrite, yes, by all means, go ahead and call him a hypocrite. Even though the most people call him a hypocrite for is clickbait, which nobody knows what clickbaiting really means nowadays. It's basically the definition for clickbaiting is basically just advertisements. But I'm not going to go into detail of that. The point is, the reason why I'm on Vlisify's side in that is the hacking, because it is a hacking. The hacking is a problem. Smogon has gotten to become a problem. Many other of the situation problems that Vlisify has pointed out is a problem. He is a little condescending about it, but my biggest complaint, the only reason, like the main reason why I get fed up with a lot of people automatically jumping to the hating with Vlisify. On the other hand, I'm not biased. I listen to what he said, and I really think about it. And through thinking about it and gaining through a lot of information and just experiencing it through myself, I can honestly say Vlisify is right in that hacking is a problem. Smogon is unfortunately a problem. I mean, it may have been a good community back in the day, but at this moment it's not that good. And that's by all intents and purposes, let's just take out the PokeTubers in this conversation. Just don't think of the PokeTubers, just think about the Pokemon community as a whole. Vlisify or any of the Pokemon tubers are not. Hacking is a problem. This has gone to become a problem. It has gone to the problem where one YouTuber, Johnny Canal, has been selling hacked Pokemon to kids, which is his name is the Johnny Canal. Not only is that illegal or against the Pokemon's terms of service because he's hacking, but that's also illegal just by general law because you're selling someone else's content. So Johnny is selling Pokemon, which is not even his content. which last time I checked can get him in prison time. Now, I'm not threatening anyone, just in case if someone thinks that's the case. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there's just so much going on with the Pokemon community that it is a problem. PokeTubers are not. It's still becoming a problem, and yet there's hardly any management in that. In Japan, the Pokemon Company manages the hacking and whatnot, at least try to. In America, for some reason, we have nobody monitors that, which is a problem. And it's also kind of why I guess we're not considered a serious sport, or we're not considered a serious competition by any means, in comparison to the Overwatch League and whatnot. But honestly, I mean, if you're talking about the PokeTubers, I honestly don't care. Whatever the issues they have against each other, that's not relevant. I'm going to be more elaborate, and I've already went into detail in this video, as I did in the last video, as to why I only trust Listify's content, because I've only gotten good results from him. With his guides and how-tos, or how to battle with guides and whatnot. And I will continue to do so, because I'm still having good results with those videos. And it's not a bias thing, that's just a decision based on results that I've come across. Other than that, the whole drama between the other YouTubers, because I'm not gonna go out and I'm not gonna say that Vlisify is just the problem. The other PokeTubers are just as much of a problem, because there are many other PokeTubers that are a problem. Yes, Vlisify. Yes, I can honestly say Vlisify Vlisify can be a problem. Same thing with other PokeTubers. I don't see how he's a problem. Like, he's a little condescending, I would say he's rather condescending, actually, and he is rude, but I haven't got any reason to believe any of that reason. And I did say, the comment I had in this video, I'm not gonna actually show the comment. I mean, other than just this number of 9 comments, just for the sake of discretion for the guy, because I don't want anyone to harass them. But he says I said that Pimpin' ain't most likely hacks, because he says I can't prove that he hacks, which in all intents and purposes, to be very accurate, no, I can't. But I have a good reason to believe I would say the evidence I have, such as how easy it is to get devices such as Homebrew, Jenning, PKX, how easy it is to hack your Pokemon nowadays, that anyone with a little bit of know-how can actually do it. And with how many gimmicky videos where he has perfect Pokemon team, or a perfect gimmicky Pokemon, where most of them are shiny and whatnot, perfect IVs. The first thing to understand about that is that it's rare. It takes a little bit of grinding to get a competitive IV Pokemon. It takes a little bit of grinding to get a shiny Pokemon. But to get them both together, it takes a really long time. It takes a really long time. Month or months time. It's not easy getting both. You're more likely to get 6 IV Pokemon of that Pokemon you're trying to get for shiny. It's more likely, getting several of those is more likely than getting a shiny version of that. And 90%, and a good chunk of the time, you do get a shiny, it's not going to be perfect IVs. In all of them. Which is why it makes me suspicious as to why it's most likely hacked. I mean, it's to the degree where I can say I feel as though I can. I definitely feel as though I can safely say he hacks with that regard. Um, so that's what I want to alliterate on the guy who left me that comment. I mean, I haven't completely proved, like, true that I haven't completely proven, but there are evidence with that in mind, with what I said in mind, there's a good likelihood that he hacks. Now, the with the let's just go into Visify's videos and other videos that have talked about this topic about hacking and cheating and whatnot. It is a serious problem, and that's the issue that I think the community needs to just relax and actually think about. That's the issue that I think they need to keep in mind. They're quickly, I feel as though they're too quickly jumping to hating one guy who, I mean, he may have been less aggressive about it when he first started YouTubing, but over time, I can honestly see myself getting a little snippy and condescending over time, having to deal with constantly saying hacking is wrong, hacking is wrong. But just ignoring, just thinking about the hacking and ignoring any other shit he's talking about or any other stuff he said. It's a good point that hacking is a problem. But regardless, I don't like. I do watch other PokeTubers for information and whatnot. I haven't really gotten much from. I don't really feel as though I'm getting much from them. There are some PokeTubers I've watched about hacking and cheat that talked about hacking and cheating, but what I approach it is I look into the videos. I actually listen to the points they're trying to make, and I really don't care if they're condescending or a little bit snippy in it, because that's just not really. I don't want to really say it's not really a part like relevant to the conversation, even though in the video it's kind of relevant to their conversation. But any rumors between the two PokeTubers, any rumors between the PokeTubers, Blissify, Duncan Knee Deep, or Hold'em Scrafty. Like, for example, there's a rumor that's saying that Blissify supports Nazism, or that he is apparently a furry for having an animal as his mascot, if that's the case, I mean, just a side note, if that's the case, wouldn't Walt Disney be considered a furry for having Mickey Mouse as his mascot? Just a little food for thought. But I don't care about any of those rumors. I don't care about any drama between between the other PokeTubers. All I care about is the issue at hand, which is hacking, selling Pokemon, cheating, and just generally trying to figure out how to make the community better, because I think that the reason why the community hasn't gotten better is because because the PokeTubers are so easily snipping at each other, so quick to so quickly to jump at each other. Some of them are probably making rumors. I have a good reason to think that some of them make rumors. But that's not the issue. Like, they're so quickly getting snip at each other, and the viewers are quickly taking sides without actually getting to the issue. It's like they're completely missing the issue that's going on. So in turn, the community is going to get worse and worse and worse. So I feel like what we need to do is watch other PokeTubers videos, kind of like what I've been doing. I've been watching some Blissifys, some Pippinates, some Duncan, and some Hoodlum Scrafty, just generally getting some information from each one of them, without really caring about if one of them is condescending or if one of them is starting drama, because that's not what's good for the community. And I think what we just need to do is we need to just, like, even if we disagree with even if the PokeTubers disagree, like the fans of different PokeTubers disagree, they at least need to come to some middle ground to try to make the community better, if that makes sense. Because at this point, it certainly feels as though this conflict has gone so far, has evolved so far that it's gotten to the point where I feel as though there's really no point in, like, getting on each other just for the sake of just. I really don't feel any point. I don't really think it's constructive getting on each other just because someone said something else, if that makes sense. So that's what I felt like I needed to do, is to, I just did this video. I called it part 2, mainly because I just felt like I needed to elaborate as to why I watch other PokeTubers and why I only trust Felicify, mainly just because of the results. But that's just my personal experience with it, and that's it. That's just my experience. And that's just it. I don't care about the drama. Like, all that rumor stuff, I won't even pay attention to that, but because it's not relevant to the Pokemon community. That's what these videos are about. These videos are about the Pokemon and the Pokemon community, not about whatever drama about one PokeTuber being about supposedly supporting Nazism, or one PokeTuber who has been selling hacked Pokemon to children. That's just not what it's. Or one PokeTuber, another PokeTuber, I don't think he's that well known, about him. I don't remember exactly what it is, so it may seem off. So don't quote me. I don't remember exactly what the whole argument was, but apparently it was an argument about. Apparently it was an argument about fraud, but I'm not going to go into details about that, but you get my point. So, I think what everyone needs to do is just don't think about the problem in general, and not think about the YouTuber too much about the YouTubers or the PokeTubers talking about it. Like, just come to your own conclusion and try to find your own ways to make it better, and try to go into other fan bases and try to brainstorm ideas to make it better, because that's the thing about community. It only starts getting better or worse through one simple act, if that makes sense. So that's all I wanted to say. I felt like I think I got my point across, but regardless, so yeah, I look forward to anyone who leaves me a comments to talk about the issue, talk about the Pokemon issue at hand, and to talk about how to fix it, and like how to make it better and whatnot. So if you guys thought this video was I don't want to say entertaining, since this is not really talked about. I wouldn't really say talking about politics or Pokemon politics, I guess, is really entertaining, but if you guys thought this video was informative, I guess, by all means, like, comment, subscribe, and hell, share with a friend. This is Galatours Gaming, signing off.